What's going on, guys? It's Luke here. This is how I'm going to be trading the week of December 29th into January. What is it going to be? January 2nd, 2026. So, should be an interesting week coming up. We do actually have some news this week, but in this video, I'm just going to talk to you guys about the levels that I have marked out on my charts, just some ideas going forward. Obviously, not expecting the greatest and cleanest week of price action again because we are approaching New Year's, and I'm expecting that we can go back to normal. Obviously, the following Monday, that's when I'll be going back to normal with my trading, but I'll still be in the charts this week for the most part, seeing what we can catch, de-risking, and potentially just trading eval. But we'll see what we can catch. I'll go over the news at the end. I'll show you guys what I have marked out on my charts and everything. But before we get into it, if you guys need a discount link for Alpha Futures and you need my code LukeX, will get you the best discount available. And if you guys want to join the Discord, the link is in the pinned comment. We'll run some live trading again this week. So, and if you guys want daily pre-market analysis, that's the spot to be. So links are all down there. But let's break it down from the higher time frame and then work our way down. Again, not expecting a crazy amount but of volume and stuff this week, but I could be wrong because this past week was actually pretty good. There were setups to take, and unfortunately I missed a good amount of setups, but it is what it is. We took like one win at the beginning of the week, and then I pretty much sat most of the week out, but there was opportunity, so there could be opportunity again. So we don't want to just avoid the charts. We want to be playing defensive and kind of seeing if anything comes our way, but not forcing any trades, if that makes sense. So monthly, obviously, we still have 4 days left in this monthly candle. So far, body's bullish right now. We'll see what happens. Nothing much to look at on the monthly, but we are maintaining bullish order flow. We got a strong weekly bullish close right here. We're still maintaining bullish order flow after, if you guys remember, we swept that weekly low out. We've got a nice recovery, and we're continuing to the upside. ES is actually leading bullish. I'll go over ES really quick, and NQ is kind of following a bit behind. We actually have a bearish SMT. I'll get into that though, but basically on the higher time frame right now, I have marked out this all-time high. I have this daily high right here. I have this weekly high, which ES took out, which is where we have the bearish SMT off of. We have a small daily gap right here. Previous week's high, previous week's low, and then we have this weekly low all the way down here. So weekly is in bullish order flow. We go over to the daily, and this is where we get some interesting price action. As you can see, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well, 5 bullish candles, and then we just had this this candle get put in right here. This kind of like rejection candle, and we had that bearish SMT. As you can see, NQ failed to take out that weekly high, and if you look at ES is leading bullish and took out that weekly high, but both had a super extended push bullish. If you guys remember earlier in the week, I talked about this daily gap. Price tapped into it and I got a nice reaction up. You could actually keep this marked out on your charts if you want, because we technically haven't came down to the CE point of that gap, which could be something to watch out for, but I'll get into that in a bit. But basically, I'm favoring at some point we do get some type of rebalance of this leg if we want to continue up. As you can see, we just look overextended. We look like we're due for a pullback and a retracement, but obviously the momentum might just continue up. So what we're going to be watching out for first, obviously our main draws and liquidity here is going to be previous week's high, and then it's going to be this weekly high. And then for sell side, our main draw that we're looking at right now is going to be previous week's low all the way down here. So what I would like to see, and again, since we do technically have this bearish SMT kind of playing out again, we failed to take out this high. ES took out this high. What I would really like to see, a nice scenario, would be we get some type of retracement. Maybe we come down, we sweep out the previous week's low. Maybe we dig back into this daily gap, and then we get that continuation back to the upside. I would want to see rebalance of this leg at some point, but that doesn't mean it's going to necessarily happen like that. But maybe we come up like, okay, scenario number one. Bearish SMT continues to play out. We see a rebalance of price. Price comes back in. Maybe this sweeps out the previous week's low, and then we get that rotation back to the upside. We continue with bullish order flow. Maybe we potentially push back up to all-time highs. That could be scenario number one. Scenario number two, maybe we get that move higher first. Maybe we head towards this daily gap to take out this weekly high, and then we continue up from there. Something like that. We just continue with that bullish order flow, and then maybe we get a retracement down later. And then that's, if we do get that move up first, we could seek out this gap, inverse it, and then go lower. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm favoring more bullish price action right now, and I am favoring a rebalance of price first before we continue up. So right now, the scenarios, like I said, that I'm looking at, we see some type of rebalance. Maybe price comes down, sweeps out the previous week's low. We could get some nice shorts down there. We come down to this daily gap, maybe rebalance it, and then we see a nice bounce of price from there. Another option or another scenario we could see is price just continues up. Maybe we take out some more buy side. Maybe we tap into this daily gap. Maybe ES takes all-time high and NQ doesn't, and then we get a bearish S&T, and then we get, a sell-off from there down to the previous week's low, something like that. But the main things we're going to be watching right now is going to be our previous week's high and our previous week's low, because these are our closest draws on liquidity. And again, one thing to keep an eye on is this bearish S&T. We do have that bearish S&T in play right now, and I do think we want to rebalance this leg. Maybe we want to come down, take equilibrium, whatever, tap into this gap and then continue up. But again, my main idea, we see, price come down, rebalance this leg, maybe get that continuation up after sweeping out the previous week's low, or we get a manipulation higher. Maybe we continue to trade to all-time high, or we get that rotation back down later. But this is what I have marked down on my charts. I really don't want to go too deep into the analysis right now, just because, again, we have a bit of a weird week, and I assume most of you guys aren't going to be crazy on the charts this week, kind of just saving it for the next week, which is where we go back to normal fully. So kind of just the scenarios I'm looking at right now. Again, I'm going to be paying close attention to previous week's high and previous week's low. That's pretty much it. And again, I just kind of want to see, I'd prefer to see some type of rebalance of this leg, this extended leg up. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to be paying close attention how this S&T kind of reacts, and we'll go from there. So we'll go through the news day by day. Again, pretty short analysis today because I don't want to get too in depth, like I said, because it's not like a regular trading week. So we'll go over the news really quick. On Monday, we have 10 a.m. pending home sales. I actually like these orange folder events because they do bring in a little bit of volume into the market. Again, it is a Monday on the week of New Year's Eve, so I'm not expecting too much, but I will be on the charts trying to trade. If I see anything A+, I'll take it, but it's going to be heavily de-risked. I'll probably just trade one account with micros, or I'll trade an eval, but I will be on the charts and we'll see. I'm definitely not forcing anything though, but with this past week, we got some good setups, so we might get something. Going over to Tuesday, we have FOMC meeting minutes at 2, so I don't really think the AM session will be that great. Obviously, I can't really predict that right now, but I will be on the charts Tuesday. I will be looking to trade, but again, same thing, de-risked or eval, but if I see something good, I'll take it. Next week over to Wednesday, we have unemployment claims, but again, this is New Year's Eve. I really won't be trading this day. I'll probably just take a look, see what's going on, probably watch price, but I don't think I'll actually be willing to take anything on New Year's Eve, just because I'm probably just going to watch price, kind of collect some data and just kind of, just see what's going on. Thursday, obviously, we're not going to be trading, bank holiday, because it's New Year's Day. And then Friday, there's nothing going on. I'll most likely just be sitting that out as well. I might just watch price here and there and see how it reacts. And then we'll be back to normal the following Monday. So that's my plan going forward this week, guys. Pay attention to this leg right here. We're going to see if it gets rebalanced. Paying attention to maybe if we want to head towards previous week's low, or if we want to continue to push past previous week's high and head towards all-time high. Again, remember that ES is leading. It's getting pretty close to all-time high, so maybe we take all-time high and we do get an SMT, or or both continue up. It's really hard to predict, but these are the areas I have marked on my charts. If you guys want to, have these same levels, copy these ones. That's what I got marked out on my higher time frame. But that's it for me, guys. Again, all the links in the pinned comment description. That's it for me, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.